Official COMMUNIQUÉ. The truth about the lie. International reports certify Venezuela as a territory free of drug trafficking. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, together with the international community and the dignified nations of Latin America, rejects and denounces the report issued by the U.S. Department of State that seeks to label certain countries as transit points or producers of illicit drugs this year, in an imaginary and illegitimate self-designation as judge and policeman of the world. All the assertions contained in the said report are unfounded and contradict the official data from specialized international agencies. According to continuous official reports, 1999 to 2025, from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, Venezuela is certified as a territory free of illicit crops. Furthermore, it has been duly established that there are no cartels or plantations for drug processing within our country. This information is also reflected in the reports of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) 2024 to 2025, where Venezuela is not identified as a producer, distributor, or transit country for drugs. Venezuela is not a producer, trafficker, cultivator, or storage hub for drugs. In conclusion, according to all reports from specialized agencies, our country is not a relevant actor in this field. The same report reaffirms that cocaine production originates mainly in Colombia, where the narco-economy consolidated over the years under the protection of various U.S. allied governments, and in Peru, where production has increased since the installation of illegitimate governments following the coup against President Pedro Castillo. It is striking that since the beginning of Plan Colombia in 2009, when at least 8 U.S. military bases were installed, there has been a sustained increase in cocaine production, as highlighted in UN reports. The same UNODC notes that in 2025, 87% of Colombian cocaine exports are transported via the Pacific Ocean, 8% leave through Colombia's Guajira region, and barely 5% attempt to pass through Venezuelan territory. The anti-drug program developed by the Bolivarian government has successfully intercepted at least 70% of the drugs attempting to transit through our territory. As for the crime of money laundering from drug trafficking, the UNODC reports that the global drug trade generates between $426 and $652 billion annually. Between 20% and 30% of that money is laundered in the United States, representing up to 2.7% of that country's GDP. Indeed, banks such as HSBC, Wells Fargo, TD Bank, among others, have received historic fines for admitting their involvement in laundering drug money. With all these official statistics from institutions such as the UN and from the US government itself, through the DEA, the State Department, and the Department of the Treasury, it is evident that the recent narrative being promoted against Venezuela is nothing more than a shameful lie. It is part of a new phase of the obsessive, ongoing, and failed regime change policy pursued by elites in Washington against a free and sovereign state such as Venezuela. To this great propaganda farce, reminiscent of the worst Hollywood style, is now added a new element: the threat of military aggression against Venezuela by instrumentalizing an issue that should be addressed exclusively through international and multilateral mechanisms of security, judicial cooperation, and law enforcement. Venezuela reaffirms before the international community its unwavering will to defend its sovereignty, integrity, and peace through all available means, and will exercise all actions to which it is entitled within the framework of the principles of the United Nations Charter. Therefore, it demands the immediate cessation of these aggressions and lies against the sacred people of Simón Bolívar. They have not succeeded, nor will they ever succeed.